Good evening and welcome to the Cardboard Guide. And yes, you're right. Right now it's only me because Sophie is down with a bad cough and, really feeling the coronavirus, and it's not good. She's coughing a lot and therefore she's not on stream, but she's right there in the chat with you. So she's still with us here, in spirit, so to speak. So, but good evening and welcome to the chat and welcome to the live here. So in this video, we're both going to open a special gift that was sent to us. We're also going to open a Secret Lair report. We're going to be revealing our special exclusive SPIEL promo, and we're also going to be addressing some of the changes and news that has happened in the TCG realm, such as maybe a delivery or maybe a delay for Sorcery in the Nordic countries, and we're also going to talk about the bans in the Commander format in Magic the Gathering. Yes, and we also have some great news for the channel and for the patrons and YouTube channel members because we are getting a sponsor. But let's start with the opening because we have been waiting a long time. Our very, very kind patron, Sirkan, sent us this nice package down here. And I'm saying down here, maybe I need to focus the camera so you guys also can see. Yeah, there you have it. So the secret ladder we're going to open a little later, the exclusive promo that's going to be revealed, and we got this package. And we got that actually a little while ago. It was a birthday present sent to us because we have both birthdays in August. But, then life and work happened, and at some point also Corona happened for Sophie. So we've been postponing this because we really wanted to share this with you. And now we thought, now we need to open it because we've been waiting for a very long time, and it's a very kind gesture from Sirkan, and we need to honor that by opening this on the stream here. So that's going to happen tonight, even though Sophie is only with us in the chat. So I hope you are as excited as we are. Yeah. So should we just get into it, or what's happening in the chat? I can't really multitask, but I know Sophie is, doing her best to supervise the chat right now. So I'm just going to see if I can catch up and see if something is happening. Feel better, Sophie? Oh yes, Rage Cody. She really needs to. She has a second doctor's appointment tomorrow. First doctor's appointment was like, yeah, you're not dying. You can go home, come back if it's worsened. And yeah, it kind of worsened. So we're hoping that she's going to get some wonder drugs that are going to bring her back on her feet. But okay, enough rambling by me. Let's see what we have down here. So I should have brought a scissor. I see that now. Yeah, definitely going to get a scissor. Be right back. I'm not trying to brute force this. All right. Scissor acquired. Let's go. Right, Matthias. So I know that this is a secret lair. So how are you guys feeling about the Magic Secret Lairs? I know that at one point we bought the Secret Lairs for the birthday of the boys. But at one point, we figured that Secret Lairs might not be the way to go in collecting. Oh, look at this. So there you have it. Secret Lair meets Monty Python. The Holy Grail Volume 1 and Volume 2. And it looks like my camera is actually inverted. I have no idea how to fix that. And Sophie's laughing. Laughing, I can hear her. Laughing all the way over here. So should we start with the volume 1? Yeah, I think that makes sense. All right, so the packaging is actually, different from the one we're going to open later. So let's see. Could I maybe switch my camera around with that? Just trying to do that. It does? Okay. Sorry for making you all seasick. Sophie says it looks fine because it's inverted on my screen. So I'm seeing this on the head. Ooh, let's see. All right. So thank you for being part of Secret Lair. Oh, look at that. Tim the Enchanter, a human wizard, and that is actually the prodigal sorcerer. So a very old school card. Okay, so let's see. So we have Tim the Enchanter. Bring out your dead. That is buried alive. Very cool. That looks awesome. Tis but a scratch. Dismember. That is, that is the most iconic scene, I think, from the entire The Quest for the Holy Grail. I think the Black Knight and that duel between King Arthur and the Black Knight, that's absolutely wonderful. Oh, the African swallow. That is actually a bird of paradise. Very cool card. Very good card also. And of course, that is the joke about the bridge keeper. We want a shrubbery. That's 3 wizards. Very good card also. And also a very iconic scene and very fun. I actually have a colleague who has the ringtone where it says, "We want a shrubbery." That's very fun. Catapults. That's Goblin Bombardment. Ooh. Sophie says need to flip the bird card. Okay, I'm going to do that afterwards. Look at that. How fun is that? That's the greatest Goblin Bombardment ever. Sophie might actually want that in her Goblin deck. All right, that was the last one. So flip the bird card. Let's see. Ooh. Okay, that's cool. So you have, the joke is complete. The African swallow on one side and the European swallow on the other. That's genius. Wow. Thank you, Siakon. These are very cool. I look very much forward to see what is in the second one. So here we go. Monty Python, Secret Lair, Volume 2. Also, let us know down in the chat, what card would you like to see from the Monty Python movie, if you could choose? I think I would like to see the French Knights taunting. That could be really cool. So, again. Okay. So, the Bridge of Death, Door to Nothingness. I don't know this card, actually. It might have something to do with that. I don't think that either Sophie nor me plays any 5-color decks. Sacrifice Bridge of Death, target player loses the game. That's fun, but also a bit anticlimactic in a game. So Belvedere Scales. Ooh, Ashnod's Altar. That's cool. That's very cool. By Dimitri Burmak. Ooh, Dark Depths. Very cool. And the Black Beast of Ark. That is, of course, the Beast of Merritt Lake that is going together with Dark Depths. Oh, of course, the killer rabbit. All right, so that is Kessadix. Do I need to turn any of these over? Let's just see. It could be cool. No. Wow, that was very cool. Thank you, Siakon. That was really cool. I look very much forward to see if all of these are going to binder or if Sophie might claim some of them. For instance, the Goblin Bombardment. That could happen. That's a very cool Goblin Bombardment. And 3 Wizards, that could also come in one of my decks. I'll have to wrestle Sophie and see if we're going the completionist route and having all of these in a binder, or if we can play with some of them. We shall see. Are you already talking about banning cards?
Yeah. Sorry.
All right. As we were talking about Just a Rock. Oh, yes. Don't get me started. All right. So that was the Monty Python Secret Lairs and a very generous gift. So thank you, Siakon. That was very cool. Something that's also very cool that we have been looking really much forward to is this Secret Lair drop. So Wizards just celebrated the 50th anniversary of Dungeons and Dragons, and in that occasion, they celebrated by releasing a lot of Secret Lairs. A lot of them had to do with Baldur's Gate 3, where you could get a Karlach special lair or Secret Lair, and you could also get a, what's the vampire dude called? Oh, I forgot. But, also him. And yeah, even though they are cool cards, that was not to our liking. But the celebration of Dungeons and Dragons itself, we like that very much. So that's actually what we ended up buying. Ooh. Okay. My mind is just going poof already. That is so freaking cool. Look at that Secret Lair. Oh, that is cool. Holy smoke, that is cool. So that is the red box, and that was actually my first encounter with Dungeons and Dragons. I got it when I was around maybe 8 years old, and I couldn't really read that much English or anything, but I thought it was absolutely gorgeous, and the art in it was perfect. It was released in 1983, actually, and we talked with Jim and Patty, and they could also actually tell us that Elmore made this art, and it were originally much bigger, but at some point the TSR folks were told that they needed to focus more about dragons because people wanted dragons, and this is in the early beginning of Dungeons & Dragons. So they just zoomed in on the dragon and says, "There's your dragon. Are you happy now?" And of course, people were, because this has maybe become one of the most iconic arts for Dungeons & Dragons. I love it. So let's see what is. I'm so trying to not damage this because this is so freaking cool. Okay. I managed it. It's very hard to notice the chats. And oh, look at this. Jim is also in the chat, and he's going to be very happy because he was kind enough to actually send us some PDF files of all these new, or actually not new, rubbish, very old. I think there are both player modules and rule books, actually. Wow, it's glued very tightly. There's a special card down there. And this is actually the front page of one of them. Fell the Mighty. And these cards, they smell absolutely wonderful. I have no idea. You can smell the ink or something. Okay, I think it should be framed right now. All right, so there you have Fell the Mighty. And that one, Faithless Looting. Very cool looking also. I wonder if it's actually the original artist being attributed, Dave Trampier, maybe? Okay, it is the original artist because there you have it. The dragon. Wow. I remember when when Sophie showed me the Secret Lairs. When I saw this card, I was like, I don't care, I just want this. It's very cool. And also having the Goldspan Dragon, that is so cool. And that is actually Larry Elmore. Wow. Wow, that's a stunning card. Holy smoke. Reality Shift. Jeff Easley. So,
I said sorcery kunstner.
yes, that's also a sorcery artist. Sophie's shouting from across the living room. Oh, you can also see where it's from. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Master Guide, 2nd edition, 89. Wow. And there, the Monster Manual. It was released in, was it? I think it was Commander Legends Baldur's Gate, or was it the Dungeon and Dragon set? Maybe it was the Dungeon and Dragon set actually. I just remember that I wanted the Monster Manual, I didn't get it. And look at this, even more gorgeous. And that is also the front page art from the Monster Manual. You see the Monster Manual 3rd edition, 2000, and that is the front art on that. Oh, Ponder. Dungeon Master's Guide, 4th edition, 2008. I'm actually loving 4th edition. I know it's a very unwelcome sort of opinion to have, but Sophie and I, we are actually playing the 4th edition rules, and I do like it. I know it has been criticized for being a little too computer game, maybe too generic, but I like how the rules work. I like how the battle map works, and I also like that on your character sheet you have a lot of different skills. And I think the skills are a little harder to figure out in the 5th edition, actually. And speaking of the 5th edition, there we have it. Azrak, the Archlich, Dungeon Master's Guide, 5th edition, 2014. Wow. Okay, that was very cool. I'm also, of course, a bit of a fanboy when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons, but I think these cards were cool. But there's also a special card. We have the Dark Deal, and that is the Dungeon Master's Guide revised 5th edition cover sketch art. Wow, look at that. That is a very cool card. I have this in my black discard deck. It works wonders. All right. So that was a bit of the openings. That was very cool. I think I'm going to try to put them down here to clear up a little space. Very cool. Wow. So I'm just going to see what is going on in the chat. And Jim is not version shaming. I love that. All right. Clearing up a little room here. All right, so that was the openings. So let's go to the good news, because we have been in contact with a very kind person that has helped out the channel before, and that is Call for Heroes. And Call for Heroes reached out to us and said, can I do anything to help you? I would really like to help your channel. I love what you're doing. So can I in any way help you guys out? And we talked a little, back and forth and saying, oh yeah. Sophie's saying, do a full screen on your face. She's actually screaming it. Huh, I didn't manage that. Where's my face? Oh, there's my face. Wonderful. Maybe. Wonderful. That remains to be seen. All right. So yeah, we talked a little back and forth, and we found a model that we both think would be really great for our channel. And that model is that all Patreon members and YouTube members are going to get a 5% discount link to buy singles from Fowle Heroes. And Fowle Heroes are also going to supply our channel with a few cards, stuff to open, and also stuff that we can do giveaways with. And the other way around, we are, of course, going to point people in Fowle Heroes directions if you're going to buy singles, or also if you're going to buy Ethereum Legends, because we know that he has set up a web shop, and as soon as products arrive, he will be ready to sell all the I'm trying that again, all the Ethereum Legends that your little sorcery heart might desire. And of course, you can also buy other kind of cards than sorcery, but I think it's mainly sorcery that is the overlap between our channel and Fowle Heroes. So that was the good news. We think that is very, very cool, and we look really much forward to having the opportunity to do something cool for you guys. And we're very happy about the discount link that our Patreon and YouTube members are going to be able to use. So that's very cool. That's actually, some of the the big dreams we had when we started up our channel. We're like, just imagine if somebody at one point would send us a box and we could open this box. How cool would that be? And we have actually managed that. So that's, a big achievement actually for us. It's also a big achievement that we have actually reached 3,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. That is very cool. So thank you all out there for helping us out and supporting us. That's very cool. I'm just going to see the chat. I know Sophie is all on it, but I don't want to, miss it all. Jens, Mr. Tech, yeah. It's also a bit revealing now that when Sophie isn't here, that some of you might know this, but I am not the technical part of our channel at all. And don't ask what I actually do, because let's not go there. But I'm definitely not the technical mastermind. We had a fun episode where Jürgen from Nerd and Proud of It was writing Sophie, asking questions about some technical stuff, and he was like, "Oh, I think I'll just ask Jens." And so I was like, "Yeah, do that." And then he wrote me. I was like, "I don't know, Jürgen. I have no bloody clue. It's Sophie that handles all of that." And he was like, "Oh." And he wrote Sophie. I was like, "Why didn't you just say that Jens, isn't doing the technical part?" And she was like, "You didn't ask." And I think those two sort of figured out that I might just be some sort of, poster boy for our channel. And that's maybe what I do. But yeah. All right. I can't remove a comment again. Yeah. Exactly, Noble Dragon Games. That is a very accurate description, actually, of what I do. So, but oh yeah, sometimes I do something else, and you guys are going to see that now. We have it here. There you are. So, I think it's not this weekend, but the next weekend, the 3rd and 4th, and 5th and 6th of November, Sophie is going to Essen, Germany, and participate in the SPIEL Gaming Convention event. And we thought it would be really cool if you guys would, if you are in Essen, come up to Sophie and say hi. And to make that a little easier, so there's no awkward, how do I approach, and what's your name, what's my name, stuff like that. We thought it could be cool if we had a little token to give you. So a while back, I participated in the Make Your Own Sorcery card event that the Sorcery team ran on Facebook. And I entered into the competition with a site called Dense Forest. And we thought, couldn't it be cool to maybe do the Dense Forest as a token for giving out to you guys when you come say hi to Sophie at SPIEL? And yeah, long story short, first edition didn't work because the resolution was too poor. Next edition was too ugly. And then I did the 3rd edition. And the print is now has arrived, and we're going to show it to you here. We have also showed it in our Discord, but with the wrappings, and now you're going to see it in all its splendor. So we got to use the Sorcery font and the text box and stuff like that, but we have made this card into a foil so there can be absolutely no confusion as to whether this is a real or not real sorcery card. But that is the dense forest, and of course, if you flip it, it also pretty clearly states that this is a cardboard guide token. But we thought it could be really cool, and of course, goes ahead to Sophie, and she will be handing out these for as long as she has them. And we're also going to send one with our new token promo to our Patreon members and our YouTube members. So yeah, I am now officially sort of an artist. All right, just let it lie there. So that was the SPIEL promo giveaway. And with that, that was all the good news. But of course, this week also had some pretty bad news, especially if you are one of those that are running Jewel Lotus, Mana Crypt, Darkside Extortionist, or Nadu in your commander decks, because all 4 of these cards were banned. And that is pretty much of a downer. Of course, there can be different opinions and different reasons. From a gaming perspective, I don't see why Mana Crypt and Jewel Lotus and Darkside Extortionist are that broken cards. I know they are good cards. I've been playing against them, and I know that Mana Crypt, for instance, can really, elevate and give you a good head start if you're going to draw it early. But I've also seen games drag out, and in that case, Mana Crypt can also become quite a liability because those 3 damage each turn that you might get can really add up. But yeah, these cards were, of course, banned. We had seen Nadu coming, and yeah, that was not the biggest of surprises. But I was actually really surprised and also kind of disappointed that they banned Mana Crypt and Jewel Lotus, especially Jewel Lotus, because that card doesn't have a function in any other format than Commander. And what bums me out is that people are, losing a lot of money on these cards because they have dropped a lot in value. I've seen some of the cards drop 75% in value, so that's really a lot from a collecting, standpoint. But I also think it's kind of rough that Wizards of the Coast have been putting these cards in recent sets, for instance, Double Masters or Commander Masters, and they have been, sort of flagship cards to sell these sets, and these sets have been sold at a premium. These are not regular standard sets, they are premium master sets, and these cards have been the top of the line in these sets. And then, after having printed them as the state-of-the-art cards last year, they're banning them now. And I think it's a bit weird that they can't actually see 1 year ahead in time. And yeah, I think that leaves a bit of a sour taste in your mouth, that these cards have been sort of advertised as the chase cards, and now they are banned, and they have become a lot less worth. So you have been paying premium bucks to get these cards, and now they are not worth very much. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of bad. So what do you guys think? Is it good for your commander games? Have these cards been problematic for you? Did you run them yourself? So what is your take on this? Because I think our take is that it feels bad when they are messing too much with Commander. It's supposed to be a singleton format. It's going to be a casual format. And having too many bans in a casual format is, of course, a feel bad. And I also think that these cards are not that problematic. They can speed up your game. They can take you ahead. But so can a Soul Ring, right? Actually, I think that some of the cards that sort of ruin the gaming side for the other people are much, much worse to face. Stuff, for instance, Eldrazi with Annihilator, that's such a feel bad, right? If that hits the table and you have nowhere to deal with, okay, that's game over. Yeah. So I'm going to see, okay, Emmett, he says, preach. I love it. Both when collector boosters in the last 12 months as chase cards. Yeah. And that's really, the crux of the problem. That on the one hand, Wizards of the Coast are saying, buy these sets, you're going to get these great, great cards. And then 12 months later, it's like, yeah, they're now banned, you can use them. Have fun.
Også det her, hvor de kommer fra i den her personlige boks, og alle de ekstra commander, eller collector packs, der kommer.
So they're saying that they also are in Festival in a Box, and we're used to sell those. And a lot of the extra packs that you got with when you bought the Festival in a Box are actually some of those commander specific packs with these cards in them. So they've also used there to sort of look at all these great packs you can get if you buy this Festival in a Box. And yeah, banned. Yeah, Noble Dragon says this leaves too much room for Hasbro to squeeze value out of the cards before they get banned. And that is also sort of a problem, yeah. Squire Leap. No Staking Commander, but love to see the Dense Forest. Thank you. That's great. Yeah. And of course, we're also casual gamers. Do we have a Doxalist Oceanist? I'm not certain. We definitely do not have a Mana Crypt. I don't think we have a Jewel Dotus. We might have a Doxalist Oceanist. I'm not certain on that one. But, we just play casually. And if we win, great. If we don't, well, great too. We're playing to have fun. But I can understand if people have been, trying to buy these cards, if they bought singles, if they bought specific sets to be able to pull them, that's a feel bad. And I think that's the biggest of the problems. Yeah. Just trying to see. Yeah. And Noble Dragon says nobody talking about Nadu because that was a legit ban. Yeah. I think it was, but then again, it's also problematic that Wizards of the Coast are printing Nadu in Modern Horizons 3 and then banning him straight after. How could you not see this? How could you not playtest enough to see that this card is going to be a problem? Why did you even, go ahead and still print it in a Modern Horizons set just to get it banned straight after? That is a feel bad, especially because Nadu, as a legendary creature, was intended for Commander play. It wasn't intended for Modern play. It wasn't, a Modern card. It was intended for Commander play. So why didn't you playtest? And yeah, I know Sophie has been talking about that too, that when you sack half your playtest, apartment, when you sack half your playtest department and ramp up the number of releases, it's going to go awry, of course. Too few people to test too many sets. It is going to go down to drain at some point. And I think we're going to see some of that now. Garrett is saying that some of that is also happening in Fab. It's a long time since we were in Fab, so we're not into that game that much. We don't know what is going on. Don't have that deep knowledge of Flesh and Blood. But I've also heard that some of the bands have been hitting there, and that's also feel bad. And listen to Sophie. Smash the like button for me for doing awesome on my own. It feels very, weird just sitting here all by myself. It's a very, unfamiliar feeling. But of course, a lot of people are doing that are doing great YouTube streams out there. I'm just so used to having Sophie. It's a little weird. But yeah, but that was, some of what is going on in Magic right now. And of course, people are seething and people are furious. And of course, I understand the sentiment. So the last thing we have on our list is that all these bans actually sort of shadowed over other news in the Magic the Gathering space. Can I say that? Yeah, I hope I can. Because at the same time that the bans were announced, we actually saw some spires from the Magic the Gathering Universes Beyond Marvel. And I think we saw Black Panther, Captain America, Wolverine, and Iron Man. And we also saw Teferi's Protection. And it looked like, due to the logo, it looked to be Secret Lairs. So these might actually be Secret Lairs with the Marvel Universes Beyond. And they look pretty cool. I'm not that much of a Marvel fan. I'm actually not that much into superheroes at all. But, from the little I know about the Marvel universe, it looked kind of cool. Wolverine were red green, so ghoul colored. And I think, yeah, that makes sense. And he had a regenerated ability, so yeah, that makes sense. Iron Man was in the Izzet colors, red blue, and I think he actually looked really cool. He had a very cool sack mechanic and get an artifact from your deck with mana value equal to the sacked permanent +1. So a lot of great, options for that one, especially in the commander deck. And of course, he's a legendary creature, so that was pretty cool. I know that Sophie has screenshot, so you can also always get the screenshots from Sophie, and you can also just search the web. It's going to pop up if you search, but we're not going to spoil it here because some people out there might not like spoilers. And well, if these spoilers have been obtained in an illegal way, it's not, it's not very, what's it called? It's not very polite. Can I say that? Not very polite to, share it around the internet. So we're not going to do that, but you can find it if you want. So it's up to you if you are going to, save your curiosity. Maybe I've been speaking way too fast. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm nervous not having Sophie, but that was actually our list. Nej, siger Sophie. Oh, what are you saying over there? Oh, yeah, I forgot that. She's saying, dude, you need to speak about Ethereal Legends. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's true. And thank you for joining, Mystic Moose. But yeah, that was the big topic. I think we spent most of the early morning and afternoon just reading Discords because it was revealed that Asmodee distribution is going to have at least 2-hour delay for Ethereum Legends.
Week.
Oh, week. I said hour?
Yeah.
Wow. Nervous and tired. Week. So a 2-week delay at least for Ethereum Legends. And that is, of course, a bummer. It was later revealed that this delay is only going to be affecting the Nordic countries. So that means Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland. I would also presume. I don't know if Iceland and Faroe Islands are getting sorcery, but if they are also going to be delayed. But at least, Denmark, Finland, Norway, and Sweden are going to be affected by this delay. And since we are in Denmark, that was bad news for us. Very bad news. Luckily, it seems like Germany is going to get Ethereum Legends on time. So hopefully we're just going to be able to order from Germany to Denmark. But it's, of course, very bad for the LGSs in Denmark that had calculated on getting Ethereum Legends on time. We know that our local LGS, a very dedicated player, Uffe, is actually setting up a tournament with Ethereum Legends in our local LGS. And, well, that tournament is probably going to be either delayed or cancelled due to this delay. So that is, of course, a big bummer. But we're just very happy, actually, that it was just in quotation marks, the Nordic countries, because when the news hit, it sounded like it was going to be a worldwide delay, and that would have been, disastrous, very bad. So yeah, fortunately, only the Nordic countries, but it's those down delays, right? It would be nice to have a worldwide release on time, and maybe Australia might also be affected, not due to Asmodee, but also some sort of delay might hit Australia. So yeah, I'm just going to see what is happening in the chat. Yeah, Garrett says that Australia has a 1 week delay, but New Zealand has received stock. Oh, and Jim says he's going to run a one-shot advanced Dungeons & Dragons for us one day if we're interested. Of course we are. That would be very cool. Maybe some other D&D nerds here might also be interested if we can get the time zones to work. That would be very cool. Daryl. Missed it. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I might have been speaking way too fast. But yeah, that was actually it for the stream. It's been very cool to hang with you. And of course, write in the comment section. We are going to be answering all the questions we can. Just going to hang out a little with you guys. So thank you for joining. That has been really cool. And I hope I did well, even though I didn't have Sophie to, back me up and be the brains in the company here. And Nicholas is going to run a Discworld. We're going to have a lot of cool D&D and RPG adventures, that's for sure. Oh yeah, Jasper. I don't know if draft kits will be available at SPIEL. I hope so. Sophie ordered some for us, and yeah, I think we paid the same in shipping as the actual kits. So that was a bit of a feel bad, of course. It would be very nice if they had some draft kits with them to SPIEL. And I would imagine that they do, because we are going to do a draft, and even though it's an entire box draft, they still need some basic sites. So it would make sense, right? Oh, thank you, Garrett. I appreciate it a lot. Thoughts on the 50-30 and eventually 60-40? When it was first announced, I was a bit disappointed because it also meant that I had some deck boxes that are only going to be able to hold 60 cards, and I can't use those. And it also meant that I needed to sort of update all my decks. And even though I do love building decks, I might not always have so much time. So having to redo all my decks, it was a bit of a feel bad. But I slept on it, and at one point I was like, okay, I can see at least this card and this card and this card, some cards that would fit right into my decks. And I think it's going to be very easy for me to do the 50-30 deck sizes. Eventually 60-40. Yeah, it's okay. I think at that point it's going to be fine. I think it might affect some of the avatars. For instance, the Pathfinder might not be as great an avatar as it is now when 60-40 deck format hits. I think it could be a bit troublesome to find enough great sites, and also having some sort of what's it called?
Synergy?
No, not synergy.
Consistency?
Consistency is the word. having, great enough consistency when playing, for instance, Pathfinder. That might be trouble. Yeah, but that are actually my thoughts on the 50-30 and the 60-40 switch Mystic Moose. And Garrett, yeah, we will adjust. Indeed, we do. Yeah, that's indeed what we will. And of course, we don't know what kind of cards are in Ethereal Legends, and we don't know what kinds of cards are planned, further down the road. So I think it might be the right choice, depending on how much juice and power are going to be in future sets. And Squire, you can't see yourself wanting to play 60-40 decks? Yes, you can. I think when we start getting used to it, I think it's going to be okay. It's going to be the new normal at some point. And not having to shuffle them together is actually, I think that's going to make it easier. It is mostly, just 60 cards that you need to fit well together. But I do hope that there might be some more tutors at some point. Of course, tutors, it's a double-edged sword. At the one hand, it's great for giving that consistency. On the other hand, it might break some games because you're going to find the right pieces very, very fast. And we have seen one combo deck with the Golem. And yeah, if you're able to consistently draw that sort of combo, that might not be the way that Eregios is going. I think they're going for more splashy games. They're going for less consistency, and they might also just want to go for longer games. But that remains to be seen. What I think is the big question mark here is how it's going to affect tournament play. We know that there's a big tournament movement in Sorcery, and a lot of tournament players, and these are very dedicated, very good players, and they're also doing a lot for the community. So I hope tournament play is not going to be too affected by these changes. And Emmett is hoping for land tutors. Oh, that was the wrong one. That is. But yeah, some sort of Atlas tutor might be good. We might also see more cards like Land Surveyor. That might also sort of help. Garrett is worried that we might see a power sprint very quickly. Yeah, we might. I don't know as of yet. I think we're going to see new synergies. I think from the cards spoiled so far, I'm pretty sure we're going to see a very good sort of burn deck synergy with maybe the Witch, the new Merlin card, and we have seen a land that does damage. So having a pure Spellslinger deck might be a viable option. We've also seen some very cool Spirit, the Haunting Banshee, that you can cast for free if a mortal died. So I think we're also going to see some sort of mortal sacrifice decks. At least that is the deck I'm going to try to build. Just going to use werewolves and Grandmaster Wizards and Apprentice Wizard and a new Banshee, and hoping that I can somehow ramp and get enough cards down on the board to be able to overrun my opponent. We'll see. It might work or it might not work. Thank you, Matthias. Very kind of you. So Matthias just gifted some super stickers, and that's very kind of you. Thank you a lot. That also means that I believe, I'm not the technical genius, I'm just looking at my wife. It might mean that you can sign up for a nope, just just ignore me. Just ignore me. Maybe Sophie's going to write in the comment section what it means.
It's a very cool sticker, fun thing.
It's a very cool sticker, fun thing. Thank you, Matthias. That's very cool. Keening Banshee, yeah. I think that's a very cool card. I think the only problem with Keening Banshee is the double air threshold. That might, you can't use it very early game. Not as early as you might want to. But later on, I think if you can get enough in hand, you might be able to just unload your hand with a lot of Keening Banshees, and they are 3-power minions, which is not the sweetest of spots, but still a very sweet spot in Sorcery right now. So I think it might be viable with some sort of aggro strategy with Werewolf and Keening Banshee. That's what I hope. I'm going to build it. Yeah, I'm just looking at the chat, trying to figure out if the Rudy promo has been spoiled. I might have missed that, but Sophie hasn't. Is it going to be The Witch by Frank Frazetta?
Yes, the one with the skype in her hand.
Oh yeah, I remember when Witch came out, we speculated that The Witch might just be the Rudy Frazetta, and Sophie found a few Frazetta arts, and when we saw that The Witch with the skite, I was like, you can almost see her breasts. That might just be the route that Rudy's going. So that was our best, bet at that point. So yeah, we guessed correctly. Noble Dragon Games, can you send me a link to?
Yep.
She's on it. Oh, Daniel Larson, what card is on the screen? That is our SPIEL promo card. It is the Dense Forest that I entered into the Sorcery Facebook competition, and we had it printed for the SPIEL event. So if you're going to SPIEL, go find Sophie, and she'll be handing out these. And it is a rainbow foil, and the paper quality is actually the same quality as a Sorcery card with the same black core. They thought that was, a good way to do it. So it feels like a Sorcery card. Oh, Daniel, that's a shame. But yeah, so a lot of events in this week, a lot of news. No, it's not, Aaron. It's not modeled after any particular forest. I just the idea with the dense forest is that airborne minions cannot attack minions on this side. I thought that could be really cool because having some sort of grid interaction, I think that's what makes Sorcery very cool. So having the idea of this forest, this wooden canopy where airborne minions cannot see what is happening underneath, was the idea of the card. And the one that I did for the competition, I just wanted to have a lot of tree trunks to make a sort of very dense impression, and then have a lot of foliage in the underwood, and also a lot of foiling up here. Due to editing of the card, a lot of the foiling up here actually went away, unfortunately, but we still have the density down here. So that was sort of the idea behind the card. But it's not a specific forest. It's just my best attempt to make a forest and do the tree trunks, because trees are actually very hard to to draw. I think that everybody that has tried to draw trees with leaves knows this all too well.
Måske du lige kunne nævne vores næste token coming up til at sige, det er ikke den eneste token, noget der kan glæde sig til.
Yeah, I can do that. So it says that I also need to speak about the next token coming up. Yes, I'm actually a Viking and has buried the spoils of war somewhere. Absolutely. Matthias Frisk did the promo for the Asken Mask, where I was lucky enough to do a little modeling. So you can find a wounded foot soldier out there that resembles my bald head. So that might be the connection with that comment. And speaking of promos, we have the Cardboard Guy promos. We did those together with Emilia Lennertz last time. And this time we have commissioned a painting by Emilia Lennertz, and that is going to be the art for our next token set that is going out to our YouTube channel members and our Patreon members at a specific tier. And that looks really cool because Sophie, the genius that she is, has actually, the art itself is very big. It's designed to be able to do playmats, and we're also going to do playmats with it. So it's a bit too big for a card in this, it's called vertical, when you hold it vertically. But what Sophie did is that she has the art here, and then when you flip the card around, instead of this background, the art continues on the other side. So we're going to send two promos, and you can just put them together in your binder, and they're going to form the entirety of the art by Emilia Lennertz. And that is very cool. The art depicts a very dark angel-like creature on a dark and purplish night sky, and three owls are flying, and one of them is holding a lantern that casts a little light on this grim angel-like creature. The idea was, yeah. Sophie says it's in the Discord if you want to see it. So yeah, you can just watch it there. But we did that because one of the first decks that Sophie did was a Angel Commander deck, and Sophie has a great love for angels and Magic Gathering. So we thought it would be cool to have a token that was an angel token. And when we talked with Emilia, she was like, "Yeah, I can do that, but I'm usually better to do some dark stuff. So can I make a dark angel?" And we're like, "Yeah, you can do that." So this angel is, really cool, really wicked. So William has a special place in his heart for multi-card images, and I think we do too. It's very cool. Oh, yeah, that would actually be cool. So on the playmats, you're of course going to be able to see the entirety of the art. Right now, we're trying to find the best place to print playmats, and also trying to find, what is the interest so we don't have too much money riding on it. Oh, yes. Milo has been reading in the Old Testament. Biblically accurate angels, that is definitely stuff of nightmares. Lots of arms and wings and eyes and everything, maybe even heads, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it's a very far away from what we today know as angels, being these gorgeous women-like creatures with wings. All right. Just looking at the chat, it looks like Sophie is much faster than I am. All right. Hello, Garden Chris. Okay, yeah. So are anybody in chat going to Spiel? Are some of you actually going? We know that many of our supporters are American So that might be a bit of a stretch. It might be hard for Americans to come to Spiel. We do know that our very dedicated friend, Josh from Sorcery Gamblers Club, is actually flying from Canada to Spiel and are going to hang out with Sophie, and they're also going to do a box break together. So that's going to be really cool. I've ordered some Arthurian Legends from Team Covenant, and if I'm lucky, they might arrive in time to enable me to do a box break while Sophie is away. I hope I will be able to do that, but they might be a bit delayed because getting stuff into Europe, especially from outside of the European Union, that's quite the hassle. Yeah.
Husk at lave giveaway, Papa.
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, that's true. Sophie says you need to do the giveaway, and that is true. So we will be giving away this dense forest, and all you have to do is write hashtag forest in the comment section. And then we have a tool that is going to do a draw. And then remember to contact us afterwards so we can reach out to you and send it to you.
Vi sender den selvfølgelig free of charge.
Yes, and as Sophie said, that is of course free of charge. We cover all expenses, and yeah, we might find some extra stuff to put in a little package, so we don't just send one little card. Remember the hashtag. It needs to be hashtag forest, or else it's not going to be in the draw. So hello, Arbogast. Just in time to the giveaway for the dense forest, write hashtag forest. It should be cap sensitive, but just in case, do a big F. Alrighty, people are writing.
Hvor vi snakker lidt så godt måske.
Of course. Cool. Forest, 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 forest everywhere. Yeah. That is very cool. I'm glad you like it. I'm actually, I'm satisfied. Satisfied. I used coloring pencils, and that is not a great medium, I can assure you, when you're going to do a scan. But Sophie was able to tweak the colors a little. It was very diluted when it came out of the scanner. Remember the hashtag. Okay, and then I should be able to do something over here. And I think Sophie said present. I'm just trying. Okay, yeah, present. Okay, I can share my screen. And I can choose. Why can't I do that? Can I use this? I might. Why didn't let me pick my fan? Okay, I'm just going to share the entire screen. That is probably going to work fine too. All right. So here we have it. So far, there's 22 entries, and I think we are 37 live. So a few people might still need to do the entry. You can see it here, hashtag forest. Just to be sure, do the big F. So 24 entries. Just going to go back here. Great odds. Yeah, it's great odds indeed. Okay, so 24 entries. Final call, 4 entries, 25 entries, final call. And Sophie is also going to write our mail so you can see where to find us and reach out to us. All right. Okay, 25 entries. I don't see any more. So I will now do the drawing. Are you ready? Let's push the button. Here we go. Let's see. Daniel Larson, you didn't come to Spiel, but you were lucky this time. So you have won the dense forest. Congratulations. That is very cool. Very cool. Congratulations, Daniel. And I'm going to stop my screen sharing now. There I was. I am. What happens now? Can I do? I'm back. Woohoo! All right, but Daniel, remember to reach out to us, write us in the email, and then we will get your contact information and we will send you the dense forest. And we can also see if there might be other sorcery goodies that you might be interested in, just so we don't use too much CO2 just to, ship one little card. So, yeah, but congratulations. Oh, Eric, sorry. But yeah, congratulations. And to all of you, thank you for joining the stream. It has been really cool hanging out, even though I have missed having Sophie here next to me. But hopefully she's going to recover very quickly. And we hope that our doctor is going to give her a lot of medications so she can be, in perfect, pristine condition when she comes to Spiel. So thank you for joining, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.